that's the big difference. I'm telling you, you don't have to rush through your workouts because you don't have to do as much, and you're going to get bigger results. If you're over 40 and you're doing full body workouts 3 times a week and your goal is to try to build muscle, I'm not here to knock it, but I do want to challenge it. Because after a certain age, full body training just doesn't deliver the same results it used to if muscle growth is your goal. I've been down a similar road. Mine wasn't full body workouts, but I was lifting weights as much as 6 days a week at one point. And most recently, I was lifting 4 days a week. And once I switched things up, everything changed. More gains, fewer aches, and way better recovery. If you will, just type in the comments section split or full body to tell me what you're currently doing. I know there's a lot of you out there that are doing full body. I'd be interested in knowing how you arrange that schedule to do full body. Now, listen, full body workouts can be great. If your goal is to stay active, to improve your endurance, or keep your heart rate up, that's awesome. I say you keep going. You're doing what you need to do, and that's awesome. But here's where it breaks down. When you're trying to build muscle, that's a totally different game. And trying to hit every major muscle group in a single workout 3 times a week sounds good on paper, but in practice, you're just spread way too thin. You've only got so much time and so much energy in each session. So when you're jumping from chest to legs to back to shoulders, no muscle is getting the attention it actually needs in order to grow. The truth is, if you're doing full body workouts and you're challenging every muscle group to the point of forcing growth, you most likely wouldn't make it back to the gym for day 2 or day 3 of that week. So keep that in mind when you're trying to grow your muscles. Now, muscles don't grow just because you touch a dumbbell or because you touch a barbell. You all know that without me telling you. Your muscles grow when they're properly stimulated, and that takes a focused work on each muscle group. And after 40, that means training with more intention, whether it be controlled reps, good form, working close to or at failure, and enough volume to spark growth, though it does not have to be a ton of volume. But let's be real. In a full body workout, you're lucky if you get 2 quick sets per muscle group before moving on. That's just not enough to make anything grow unless you're bringing it hard in those 2 sets. And if you are bringing it enough to grow in those 2 sets, again, you're probably not going to be able to move the rest of the week. So you're doing something that is more on the lines of maintenance rather than building. So as many of you already know, I made a switch from doing the 4-day, the 5-day, and the 6-day workouts to bringing it down to 3 days, to focusing on hard workouts, but just a few muscle groups per session. My split is simply day 1, chest, calves, abs, day 2, back, biceps, and triceps, and day 3, legs and shoulders. And of course, this split routine is subject to be changed up when I feel it's necessary. It's not set in stone, but that's how I'm doing it currently. And this gives me everything I need. And I give each muscle group a good 7 days of healing, or at least a good 6 days of healing before I hit it again on the 7th day. And that's what I'm promoting here, or I shouldn't even use the word promoting. That's what I'm telling you that I do. I'm going to tell you to do what works for you, of course. So the difference is really simple. I go all in on each muscle group, and then I give that muscle group a full week to recover. And the results are night and day in difference. I mean, I feel stronger, and most importantly, I'm not dealing with all that nagging pain that I was dealing with before, because my body it's getting more time to heal up. And I never realized the importance of letting a muscle get a lot of heal up time. And, I'm a natural lifter. Everything I do is natural. I have protein, creatine, a couple of supplements that I take, and, the food I eat. And most of you are natural as well. And so it's pretty awesome to see how a muscle responds when it's stimulated, challenged, and then left alone for 7 days or 6 days. It's a pretty awesome thing. My sessions are short, only averaging around 50 minutes or so each workout, but they're intense. And even though they're intense, they're not really long. It's only 3 sets. And then I move on. But this is something that I have structured to fit my needs. And what I do is 1 light warm-up set, 1 working set of about 12 to 15 reps, just shy of failure. And then I do a 3rd set, which is a drop set, where I lower the weight twice and I go to failure back to back. That's just 3 sets per exercise. But believe me, if you're doing this the right way, it's all you need, and you'll find that out. This approach forces real muscle stimulation, not just going through the motions of lifting every body part. And that's what I like about this. I remember years back when I first got back into weight training after being laid off for a long time. And I got back in doing full body workouts. And I basically did 2 sets for a muscle group, and I went through everything, and I saw results. But the results were coming because I had been out of the weight room for so long. And listen, when you've been out for a long time, when you've been on a long layoff like that, and you previously had some muscle, guess what? You can look at the dumbbells and you'll grow. I mean, seriously, you'll grow, really easily. It's when you've been lifting for 6 months or 8 months and down the road a little bit, that's when the challenges come. And let's be honest, if every time we lift the weights and we grew, none of us would fit through the door. And so we need to understand that every single workout isn't going to just blow your muscles up and take you to another level. This is a process, guys. And, you need to just be engaged in the process. Now, let me say this. I'm not against full body training, not at all. And if you're doing it for general fitness, if you're doing it for weight loss, or you're doing it for endurance, keep doing what you're doing. Do your thing. It can work for you. But if your goal is muscle growth and you're not seeing progress, this could be why, the reasons I've stated. It's not that you're not working hard. You're just not training in a way that lets your muscles fully recover and grow. Here's what I want you to take away from all this. You don't need more workouts. You need smarter workouts. If you're doing full body workouts because it allows you to spend less time in the gym, well, then why not try this approach where you still only spend 3 days a week in the gym? You just do way less volume. It's just more intense. And that's the big difference. I'm telling you, you don't have to rush through your workouts because you don't have to do as much, and you're going to get bigger results. Of course, I share what I find to work for me, and in no way do you have to follow what I do. You just need to do what works for you, and that's it. But if you're looking for a change because you're not hitting your growth goals, why not give this a try? What do you have to lose if you're at a place where you're plateaued and you haven't grown? So it doesn't hurt to give it a try. I know it's hard. It's hard for us to get in our minds that if we work out really hard and then just stay out and do less, we'll grow more. That's a hard thing for us to be able to wrap our minds around. But you give it a try, you'll see. I would say try a simple 3-day split. Train each muscle group once a week, but train it with purpose. Give your body time to recover, and you'll start to feel and see the difference. I'm pretty much going to guarantee you will. I want to hear from you on this because I want to know what you think. But this change has been a game changer for me, and I just don't see myself going back. If you're over 40 and you want to keep getting stronger, stop trying to do everything in one session. Start giving each muscle the attention it deserves. Okay, that's all I have for this one. I'm going to catch you on the next one. Now you go get fit.